The shares are up sharply today with all sorts of speculation about who might be loading up on the stock. We decided to have a little fun with that. We'll show you our wall. We put up some of what we might call the usual suspects. The market seems to think maybe it's Warren Buffett. We don't have confirmation of anything, so we're just going to speculate. But it is, Joe, the biggest intraday move for General Electric since October 2015. Somebody big is buying this stock.
Someone big is potentially going to buy the stock. I kind of disagree that someone is in there actually buying it today. I think there's speculation that there could be someone out there that will come in. And if that is the case, clearly, if you're buying today, you're getting ahead of some further buying going on in the future. So I think that's the reality of the situation. The good thing about it is it buffers the downside decline. Just yesterday, we were talking on the show about GE trading at its lowest level since 2009. So that is a good thing. And let's hope for those buying today, there is a big buyer that's going to come in at some point thereafter.
Josh Brown, somebody's got to be buying this thing.
Well,
GE doesn't rise 5% for nothing, and it was already up 5% before the Dow decided to be up 200 points.
To Joe's point, though, somebody doesn't have to be buying it. There could be enough belief that someone's about to buy it. We don't know, or maybe someone is. One thing I would say about Buffett, maybe some of the energy assets might be interesting for Mid-America and Berkshire's energy subsidiary. I don't know. But then the other way to think about this is it's not yet a rescue situation. And when he has done these sorts of rescues, historically in the recent past, what he's done is actually make a deal directly with the company for preferred shares. He did it with Bank of America. He did it with Goldman. So that is not totally out of the realm of possibilities. And if there's a powerful enough rumor, coupled with the fact that this stock has already been slaughtered and people have been looking for a reason to bottom fish, that might be enough. And hopefully, if you got in today just now, something actually does come along to confirm what people seem to think is happening.
All right, so Kevin O'Leary, stock's up 5.75% as we speak. Would you be a buyer of GE today?
No, it's an extremely expensive stock. And I think the best way to look at it is take a cue off what Josh just said. Let's say I'm a private equity investor and I'm looking at this. Forget about the storied past of this stock or even what it's called today. Let's look at the assets of value. I'm going to make the assumption that the French utilities and all those power plays couldn't get back today what they paid for them. Those are mistakes. I think the market's made that decision. The gems or the pinnacle of value sit in two areas, the jet engines and the medical device business. And so if I'm a private equity guy and I want to pay a multiple, and let's say in that world you're happy to pay between 7.5 and 9 times before you add the leverage on, okay? That means you're willing to pay today 13 times the 95 cents of cash flow this company might make in 2018, no growth in 2019. That's extremely expensive. So what I like this name for when I want to get into it is sort of in that 750 to 850 range. And you say, oh, that's crazy, it'll never get there. No problem getting there. Been there before. It started its journey there. It's easy to get back there. Just let us have a little bit more corrective vibe in the market and get open to a $7 to $8 price. And that's where I'll buy GE.
Steph, does this make Buffett sense? I mean, you could look at the wall that we have, and you could go down the list of the names we put up there, whether it's Warren Buffett or Bill Ackman or Dan Loeb or Keith Meister or Barry Rosenstein or Paul Singer or maybe any number of other investors. We know that Nelson Peltz is already in it. Trian is. Ed Garden's on the board. Wouldn't be so far-fetched that you could have an activist get in regardless of all that.
Well, Buffett has $100 billion, right? So he's got firepower for sure. And they're talking about a $14 billion stake. That's 11% of the company. So this is very doable. But I don't necessarily think he would go after the company. Maybe he goes for preferred because that's actually his style in the past. I actually do think that there are some liquidity issues. So I do think they are getting to the desperation point. And that's why I think maybe you're talking about a preferred situation. But I have to tell you, this company still has to do a whole bunch of goodwill write-downs. They've got accounting charge issues. They have a lot of balance sheet problems at this point, not to mention the company end markets, like Kevin just mentioned. Power gen is really very troubled, so which they have to right size. So there's a lot of things going on.
Steph.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.